Hey everybody, welcome back. I fixed my microphone, so the microphone is fixed. It was a battery. I was low battery, but now we're back. Some people are saying the tickets are out, so that's pretty exciting or terrifying. Yeah, my mic is back to life. What's up, everybody? It is out on Monday. Okay, so some people are saying they have not received their ticket yet, which is fine. I've actually never heard of somebody who wanted to take the test and wasn't able to. So that's probably not going to be you. Tickets are not out. Room numbers are. Okay. What's the max amount of points you can get? Somewhere like slightly over 700. So like 720 maybe. My school sent email that said the test tickets will come out the day of the test. That's kind of whack, but whatever. I mean, if you're taking it at your school, can you really miss it? No one got their tickets or info. Okay, well then maybe my rumors are wrong. Tyler, do you think the what's up, Nibs? My math teacher is proctoring one of the rooms. That's pretty good. We're taking it at school or online? Probably at your school. Why is DOE so lazy? Because they have no incentive to work hard. Who are they competing against? My test is on next Wednesday. So we will probably stream early next week. We'll see. Okay, you need words of wisdom? I can give you words of wisdom. I mean, I will give you words of wisdom, but not now, because now we're going to be studying. So if you have questions about certain math topics, you can go ahead and put that in the chat. What do you think this year's tech cutoff score will be? Probably something similar to last year's. You can check my old video. Permutation and combinations. Okay. Probability. Rotation problems. Like revolutions. Okay. Triangles and percents. That's interesting. An age problem. Okay, I love age problems. I've seen probability, another age problem. Circles. Rates, revolutions, okay. Tyler, would they let me watch your VODs during the test? Yeah, you can just pull out your phone. What are angles, pleased? Okay. Angles, okay. Can we study psychology? If you have a psychology question, I can answer it for you. As long as it's not like a nerdy psychology question. SAT math from Rachel Chang. Maybe after the SHSAT, seeing that the SHSAT is in like 5 days. So then we will be doing SAT math periodically. So check back then. Tyler, can you like be in my pocket when I take the test? Yeah, you can watch my videos. Just have your earbuds in. Can we go over the math? All the math topic. Yeah, we can go over all math topic. But I actually have something pulled up that I think would actually be kind of chill to go into and to look at. So I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to pull this down just a little bit. And look at this guy. This is the 2016 through 2017 specialized high school student handbook. And this is a great test, I think. And I think it'd be cool to go into it a little bit and just to do some of these questions. Just to kind of see how you guys do. I'm not gonna show you guys how to do every single one of these, but I think it would be cool to do a bunch of them. Yeah, this is a old boomer type of test. I got my my white monster and my riding mower. I'm just a boomer, bro. And we're doing the boomers. The people who took this test in 2016 and 2017 are pretty much boomers now. What would that be? They're like in college? Yeah, they're boomers. Can we do geometry and advanced algebra? Yeah. What year is this handbook from? 16, 17, bro. Tyler got a nice beard. Thank you. I do. Tyler, whatever is on DOE handbooks is going to be on the test, question mark. There is no external info like Trigger Geo or Hardcore Algebra 1. There might be. So what they have in the handbook is an outline of the level of difficulty that you're expected to see, but they don't put every single concept that you're expected to know in the handbook. So know that. We haven't done anything. We actually should get started now. All right, guys, let's get started now. Like I said, I do want to do some questions from this, and then after we kind of crush through this a little bit, I'll take some requests and we'll whip up some custom problems for your enjoyment. But let's start with number 51, no calculator. Let's go. A lot of people putting C for this one. Yeah. And I think this is a great question, not because, oh my gosh, it's so hard, but just because this is the type of thing you need to have full confidence in. Can you do division with decimals and feel confident about where your decimal place ends up? Can you do multiplication with decimals and keep track and make sure your decimals are all right? So everybody's putting C. That is the answer. We're not going to go over this just because you guys all got it, but let's go to the next. 52. A lot of people saying J, a lot of people saying easy peasy. Okay. Okay. Well, just keep in mind, I do want to point it out. The word of means multiplication. So when they say 4/5 of P is 48, that's like 4.4/5 times P equal 48. So then you can isolate the P. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. Easy peasy. Let's keep cruising. 53. This is not 5th grade math. No, this is a real student handbook. Okay, a lot of people are saying C for 53. But I did see some people being like, wait, what? So I kind of want to go over this one just so that we absolutely clear the air about this one. So let's cut into it. Okay. So if a over b equals 2, let's not even look at that right now because we know that a equals 8. So why don't we just say 8 over b equals 2? And that's exactly what I'm going to do. From here, we multiply both sides by b. There are other ways to do this, but divide both sides by 2. So we know that b is 4, and we know that a is 8. So knowing that, we just need to input that into the equation. 3 times 4 plus 8 squared. That's it. 12 plus 64, and 12 plus 64 is 676. That's it. Easy, right? So let's keep going. Let's look at the other side of this page and let's see what it is. Hey, Tyler, do you K the tutor Kala Bacha? What do you mean, do you K? I don't know what that means. I don't know how to explain. Ask Tyler. Tyler, explain 51 because some of them are confused. Yeah. Yeah, we can go over that just because, you know, dudes, you got to know how to do division, especially with decimal places. Like, for real, that should be a top priority for you. So we're going to do the division first just because that's a lot easier. 4.5 divided by 0.1. And whenever I have a point in here, I generally like to move it over 1, but then I also have to move this over 1. So here's going to be our new decimal place up here. How many times does 1 go into 4? 4. How many times does 1 go into 5? 5. And that's it. We're done. So the answer to this is 45. So 45 times 0.22, 10, 8, 9, 10, 8, 9. And this is where people get a little messed up because there are 2 decimal places right here. So we have to add those 2 decimal places. 9.9, that's the answer. C. So that's how you the choices are not close in any way. Yeah. A little bit of an easy start here. A little bit of an easy start. So let's do 54. Let's go. In the test, you have to show work. No, you don't. You literally could just circle. They don't check your work. Your dad's making fried chicken. Nice. That's like a Friday, bro. So some people are coming in on K for this one. I will give you more time to do it. Tyler, after the SHSAT is over, you should stream on Twitch. Why Twitch instead of YouTube? Okay, so a lot of people are coming in on K for this one. People had asked in the beginning to do some probability, so this would be a good opportunity to practice our probability. So let's pull up the desk and let's hash this problem out. Dude, what is Carlos doing? What a goof. He is picking colored pencils from a large bin that contains only 480 red pencils, 240 green pencils, and 160 blue pencils. Without looking, Carlos pulls out 22 pencils. What is he doing? If the pencils were distributed randomly in the bin, how many pencils of each color is he most likely that he picked? Okay, so I'm going to show you the easy way to do this because notice that there are 480 red pencils, there are 240 green pencils, and 160 blue pencils. And these all end in a 0, so I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to add them up. That's 10, that's going to be 18, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 88, technically 880 pencils total. So we know for the proportion of red pencils is going to be 48 out of 88. Green, 24 out of 88. Blue, 116 out of 88. And let's reduce these just to make our life a little bit easier. I could probably divide both of these by 4. Yeah. Yeah, I could do that. So this would be 12. What is 88 divided by 4? I'm dumb right now. 22. So 22, we can reduce that further. Both of these can be divided by 2, and that would be 6 over 11. All right, let's reduce this guy. Both of these can be divided by 4. So that would be 6 over 22. That could reduce again to 3 over 11. And we're going to do the same thing here. 4 over 22 and 2 over 11. So that is the proportion of each. And notice 11, 11, 11, right? He pulls out 22 pencils. He pulls out 22 pencils as if there's 22 pencils in here. So here's actually our answer right here. That's it. 12 red, 6 green, 4 blue. It's not even reduced all the way. So that's it. That is it. That is the answer. Wait, why 88? Because when you add up all the pencils, it really is 880. But I got rid of the zeros. I just divided them all by 10. That's just like a quick trick you can do to help with the reducing. Otherwise, to reduce the red, I would have to do 480 out of 880 and then divide both by 10, and I'd get my 48 out of 88, which is right here anyways. So I just divided everything by 10 just to start, and that's like a fast way to do it. But that's it. You're just reducing the proportion of them. Does that make sense? Someone saying easy? I don't know. I think this is kind of tricky, but you know, whatever. Why divide 880 by 22? I did not. Oh, I didn't. I divided it by 4 and I got 22. Because when I'm reducing this guy, I divided 48 by 4 and I'm going to divide 88 by 4. I pretty much reduced them all by a power of 4. What's up, Zach? Your brain is struggling. Wake up, bruh. Okay. Can you use the proportion formula? Yeah, probably. Another question with probability, please. Sure, we'll probably get to it, dude. Just find the lowest common factor of all. Yeah, I mean, you could do that too. Because YouTube, you stream SHSAT, and Twitch, you do Minecraft. Yeah, I could. That's pretty true. That's pretty true. I could do that. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. That one was harder, wasn't it? Was that hard actually? Oh, ooh. Here we go. Here we go. How many positive integers inequality x plus 7 is less than 23? Let's go. I'm seeing mostly A's, and then there is a B mixed in there here and there. So interesting. Guys, less than, not less than or equal to. That's all I will say for this one. Just there's no line underneath 23, so we have to take that into account. Obviously, this is a pretty easy as far as algebra is concerned, right? It's just one step algebra. But I'm gonna show you that one step just in case you're like scratching your head. Great. X is less than 16. Okay, so we're talking about positive integers. There's 15 positive integers right there. We do not count 16. So if you put B, you got tricked. You got fooled. You are being fooled. So 56, another easy problem. Guys, I have a feeling this test starts off easy just to like make you complacent, but let's see if we can find some bangers in here. Ooh, I like this. I don't even know. This could be an easy problem, but man, I like geometry. You guys know I'm a big fan of diagrams, so let's chop this one up. 57, what's the answer? Okay, so I saw 1A, I saw a couple B's, but most people are leaning to D there. This is an interesting kind of question here. And the first kind of indicator that you could have a shortcut is that whenever you have a triangle inscribed in a rectangle or a square, the triangle will take up half of that rectangle or square. It doesn't matter if it goes here. It doesn't matter if it cuts it in half like a right triangle. You could test it out, like draw a square and then draw a triangle that goes from two corners to the opposite side. It doesn't matter where on the opposite side it goes. It will be half. So just keep in mind that this and this are half. And because we know that P is the midpoint of NQ, we know that this guy and this guy are the same size. So already we know that this triangle NMP is 24. We also know that this will be twice this area here. So this will be 48. So these two outside triangles add up to 48, and the whole inside triangle add up to 48. So that's kind of like a brainy way to consider this. There are other ways to do this. Like you could assign numbers, you know what I mean? Like I could say, oh, this is 6 and this is 8. You know, I'm sorry, I'm saying, oh, this is 6 here and this is 8 here, and then figure it out, because then that would be 24. This would be 24. You could do that, right? You could do 12 times 8 minus 24 to get there. Whatever you want to do, however you want to finesse this, you can do it. But do you guys have any questions about this? You know what I mean? Do you guys have any questions? Because I drew a line down the middle in my head, then did it. Yeah, that's pretty smart too. I heard there's a new principal at Steyr. Her name is, I don't know. I don't know who the principal is, bro. Can you please answer my previous question? I didn't see it. Nope. How do you know it is twice in half? Easy. Okay, so like I said, actually I'll show you guys, like, for example, if you don't trust like the theory behind that a triangle inside of a square or rectangle is half of it, you don't have to. You can figure it out on your own. You don't need to rely on it. So let me actually make this smaller, and let me just whip up. I'm not going to use my ruler. It's right here, but I'm not going to use my ruler just because I want to do this kind of quick. Oh, who needs a ruler, bro? Who needs a ruler, dude? Rulers are only for people who can't draw straight. All right, beautiful. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell which one's printed and which one's the real thing. But the one on the left is my page, and we know that this shaded region here is 24, and it's a right triangle, right? It's a rectangle we're dealing with, and keeping in mind that the equation is 1/2 base height, we're going to be using that guy. So if we know that this guy is 24, we could just pretend and say this is 6, this is 6, this is 8, this is 12, and this is 8. Now, I just pulled those numbers out of a hat. We could try again with different numbers. It'll still work. But if I were just to calculate this, it would be 1/2 base, which would be 6, times height, 3 times 8, 24. So it checks out, right? I could check this triangle. It's going to be 24. I could check this triangle. The height is going to be 8. So this is 48. So that's a way you could just figure it out. Just pick numbers that satisfy the prompt, and then you can just hash it out on your own. You don't need to know that theory. And this is a great lesson, because you don't need to be a genius to pass the SHSAT. You just have to be clever, and you have to not give up and to try different things. So, that is absolutely a smart way to do it. And it's also very smart if you want to like the video and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I appreciate all the support within the past 2 weeks. But yeah, I definitely appreciate you guys showing up to study. So leave a like if you'd like to. Yeah, you could always unsubscribe after the test. Okay, let's do some percentages. Let's go. Actually, let me see so you can see the title there. Okay, let's go. Okay, a lot of people are dropping the my spam filter is filled. If you're new to the channel, half of my audience is not allowed to type the letter H into the chat. YouTube automatically bans it, or I guess just doesn't show the comment. So that's how people are saying H. And that's kind of what the answer is. Do you guys have questions about this, or should I just move on? I could just move on. The only thing that I think could be tricky is if you don't see this and you just compare percentages and you get one of these two numbers. But if you're diligent enough to read the entire question, I don't think this is an issue. So just let me know if you guys need us to show you how to do this. Can you do it, please? Yeah, okay. I can do it real quick. All right. So whenever you talk about a percentage, I would venture to guess that a lot of you say, like, for example, if like your friend splits a sandwich with you, you would say, I got 50% of the sandwich. Of, remember, multiplication. So when I say 15%, or let's say this, walk, 22% of the population walks, that means 22% times the population. So here's our population, here's our 22%, and we're just going to times it. And we're going to subtract that, or we're going to eventually subtract the people who use bicycles, which is 4% of the population. And guys, that's 4%. Don't put 0.4. Like, don't be new. So now I just need to do this multiplication, and that's something I know how to do. 0, 0, 0, 10, 2, 3. Put a 0 there. Now 0, 0, 0, 10, 2, 3. A lot of zeros. It's very easy to make a mistake, but not today. 0.22, that means we got 2 decimal places. So what we end up getting is 3,300 people walk. Doing the same over here. 0, 0, 0, 20, 4, 6. Put the 0 up. 0, 0, 0. What's 0 times 1,500? It's going to be zeros. So what you end up getting, 2, 3, 4, 6. You got 2 decimal places. They go right here. So we know 600 people bike. So what the question is asking us is how many more people walk than bike. So what we're going to see is the difference there. So we're going to do a little. We're going to do a little subtraction. It's called we do a little subtraction. 0, 0. We're going to borrow 4, so it's 7. That's it. 2,700, the forbidden letter. I guess if you're good, you can type in the letter, but if you're a bad account, it blocks it. So it's so funny. I'm like looking at my chat, and like so many people don't get their answer in because of that. All right, so that's how that one goes down. Nothing crazy, guys. Remember, of means multiplication. Oh. Interesting. Okay, all right. This may be easy. But at least, at the very least, it's an interesting question. 59, let's go. Okay, a lot of people are going to be. That's very good. Yeah, there is some confusion, but 0.75 cannot be reduced any further. What do I mean by that? Because we have to have a fraction that represents 0.75. So what is the smallest fraction that represents 0.75? Well, we get that by reducing 75 out of 100, because that's what 0.75 is. 0.75 is also 75%, which is also 75 over 100. I'm going to divide both by 25. That does not reduce any further unless you use decimals, and they're talking about positive integers. So yeah, proer. So that's what's up. That's how this one goes. I don't think anyone missed it. So we don't need to go, guys. Absolute value. Don't forget to make things positive. We're not going to go over this, but for absolute value, don't forget to make things positive, okay? It's a simple concept, but don't mess that up. Okay. All right. Who remembers how to do greatest common factor? Greatest common factor time. Let's go. The definition of an integer is a whole number that can be either positive or negative. Yesterday you said that Kaplan tests aren't that good. Is scoring a 43 in the ELA and 45 in the math and Kaplan enough for Brooklyn Tech? It's going to be close. And it's not that they're not good. It's just, they're just okay. They're just okay. That's what I would say. But keep grinding, Patel. Keep grinding. Don't settle is what I'll say to that. Okay, a lot of the chat says D. I'm getting a couple E's in there because I have no clue, and that's the easiest. Yeah, you're going to get BTFO every time if you just go with what looks the easiest. But Tyler, should I have a bacon, egg, and cheese? No bacon, so just an egg and cheese. But for the SHSAT with a bev, that sounds kino. So I would say, yeah, big. I co-sign that big time. What's the trick to doing it faster? I don't know. Like, how many times have you swiped a Subway card? If it's the first time someone's ever swiped a Subway card and they say, how do you do it faster? You can tell them little tricks and stuff, but you just got to do it a bunch of times. And then eventually you'll get so bored of doing it that you'll just be automatic every single time. So that's what I would say. How would we solve this quickly? Factor trees. That's how you would solve this quickly. Kind of a pain, but I'll show you guys how to do this factor tree just so you're familiar, at least if you do get a greatest common factor, which is a fair game concept, which is surprising because a lot of people forget how to do it. 2205. We are going to factor tree this out in a painstaking way. 2205 divided by 5, 0, 4, 20, 420, 441. Okay, 441 probably, 8, 9, probably has 3 going into it. I'm doing this in pen too. 1, 14, 4, 12, 21, 7, great. 147. Just 3 go into that. God. All right, well, actually, let's just see what the other factor tree comes out to, because maybe we can take a little bit of a shortcut here. It's called we take a little bit of a shortcut. Is that a 5? Yeah, it's a 5. So we're going to break this down again with the 5. 3, 6, 7, 5. I know I'm off the screen here, but I swear I'm doing it. 737. You think 7 goes into that, bros? I don't think so. Oh, this is so good. Did I do my math right? Yeah, I did. Dang. Oh, no, I didn't. Thank God. Okay, so 25. So that would actually be, goes into it 5 times. Great. So the joys of working in pen, right? Cool. Then we're going to break that down by 5 again. 735 divided by 5, 1, 5, 2, 3, 4, 20, 35, 7, 147. Awesome. So why did I say awesome? Because we're done for the most part. We know that 147 fits in 3675. We know 147 fits in 2205. We also know that they both contain a 5. So as far as what they have in common, these factors are what they have in common. So what is that? $735. And we're home. So that's it. That's how you do greatest common factor. Yeah. Cool. Why do you multiply? Because if I was like, you know, a total math mind and I wanted to do this factor tree, like let's say, Well, I guess actually what you're asking is what are factor trees? And let's just say here is where we stopped our factor tree. Or, actually, let's go into a simpler example here. Let's go into 12. That breaks down into 3 and 4, and that breaks down into 2 and 2, and here are our factors, right? Notice that if you multiply any of our bottom factors, we'll get a factor of 12. 3 times 2 is 6, that checks out. 2 times 2 is 4, that checks out. So really what a factor tree is showing what the multiplication of the numbers is broken apart. Because another way to say 12 is 3 times 2 times 2, and that equals 12. And so that's how factor trees work, so that's why you would multiply them. Is there a GCF LCM shortcut video anywhere? That's a good question. I would just search it on my channel. I don't remember. Is it a good idea to use the book in the high school directory from the city as the main reference point for what's going to be on the test? Yes. The old SHSAT was so hard. I don't know if you're being ironic, but I think it is. Maybe we just haven't gotten to it yet. So the new SHSAT going to be really hard. If it isn't going to be really hard, it's going to be hard because of how high you have to score to get in. So how do you do LCM in a factor tree? Well, we can cover that a little bit later. I saw some vid on a shortcut. Just guess and check, says Shiny. Yeah, spray and pray. Okay. Did any of these pique your interest? Give us a juicy one. There's the fight against the test and the fight against the others. Yeah, that's very true, Jack. Very true. Do you think the cutoff scores are going to be lower this year? No, I think they're going to be higher. Rip Hank Aaron, yeah, F to a real one. How does one spray and pray on grid-ins? You just emphasis on the pray. The old test like the Scrabble passes. Yeah, that is true, Shiny. It's very true. Okay, a lot of people are saying 70. I'm seeing 70 a lot. So let's do 70. Let's do it up. All right, guys, let's go. This is very much a classic old school SHSAT question because you actually never have to have been in school in order to answer this. If you're like hardcore enough, you can just straight up go into this and just kind of finesse the answer out of it. So a lot of people are saying G. I'm seeing some Fs. I'm seeing a forbidden letter occasionally pass by in the chat. What's up, know-it-all? So I'm seeing another G. So let's go into this, guys. This is an example of if you sometimes, if you get caught up in using formulas and using familiar equations, you can sometimes apply them to a problem incorrectly, okay? Because a lot of people would think of this as a permutation, right? But this isn't actually a permutation. This is more of just like a puzzle and just arranging, right? So let's just kind of break this down logically. Let's say we have our AI in the first 2 locations. Then we have a letter here, and we have a letter here. That means we could have AIRN and AINR. The next place that it could be would be a space, RAI, and a space. And this will also break down into 2. It could be just the word rain, or it could be the word nair, which I don't know if is a word or not. Then the last, right, and it's the same. One, two, three, four, five, six. So there are 6 potentials, right? But that is if we have A before I. We could repeat this entire process with I, then A, 2 spaces. With a space, then I, then A, and a space. And a space, space, I, and A. And we would still get another 6 possibilities. So when we add them together, we get 12. That's the answer, H. You guys got tricked. You got tricked by the test. Tell me, why do you guys think that you got it wrong? Were you trying to make it a combination? Were you trying to make it a permutation? Horse gang, let's go. What kind of question is this? This is a logic question. That's the best way I would describe it. So just keep in mind, do not overcomplicate this. Guys, this test is designed to find smart people. They know that some people go to great schools where you drill combinations and permutations. They know some people go to bad schools where math class is like trash. They're trying to find a smart person in both of those environments. So they do throw questions like this just to see if you can finesse, if you can just logic out what the answer is going to be. So can you explain it again? These are all the combinations. If it's A, then I list every single combination. And then we know that those combinations would repeat. If it's I, then A. I'm not going to write them all out, but it's going to be 6 if it's A and I. It's going to be 6 if it's I and A. And then we add them together to get the total. That's what's up. Can you change the RN to NR, vice versa? Tyler, what is a good website or graph I can use to convert my raw score into scaled score? There really isn't a good one that's online, I don't think. Wait, can you change the RN? Is there a faster way to do this? I don't know. I did it in like 10 seconds. So, I would say, Chad Hurry, don't worry about the high flying impressive way to do this. A lot of times you just got to put your head down and run through a wall. Tyler, where did you acquire your big brain? Slowly, over time. But I think I was born with one too. Yeah, see, Newbie Needles is throwing this like equation in. I don't even know how you would necessarily apply that equation. I think you might have just gotten lucky with the 12, but maybe that's it. You'll know if you got the highest score. So, isn't rain in the question? Yeah, but I think they're counting it. I think they count rain, because if not, then the answer would be 11. So they don't have 11 as an answer choice, but that is a good point. If they had 11, that would be a brain scratcher. Wait, can you change the RN to NR? I did that. RN to NR. RN to NR. RN to NR. I did that for every single one. So, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. How much higher do you think the cutoff scores will be this year? I think they're going to be the same, but it's going to be harder to get those scores. That's what I think. So next Q, Christina, I agree. It's time. It's time to move on. Say goodbye. Anything else on this page that piques your guys' interest? I think 69 is kind of tricky. Should we do it or not? When it be lower due to COVID? I actually don't know how that would affect it. Okay, a lot of people are saying 64, so let's focus in on 64 and let's do it, and then we'll move pages. All right, guys, let's grind. Okay, a lot of the chat seems to be leaning towards K. I do see an F in there and a G in there. So is that a negative symbol? Yeah, it is a negative symbol. You got it the long way. Did you add them all up? But I mean, dudes, like, I have no problem with people doing it the long way as long as you're a little bit quick about it. Like, just make sure you secure the bag, whatever that means. Like, don't feel like you need to be fancy. You don't. Nobody's gonna look at your work. You're not impressing anybody. The only way you'll impress people is with right answers. So let's look at this and how it breaks down. Guys, notice, look at the first two terms, -2 and 4. -2 plus 4 is 2. Next two terms, -6 plus 8, that's 2. Last two terms, -22 plus 24 is 2. So really we just need to see how many combinations of numbers we have, or I guess just how big the list is. So I am going to write them out. I'm going to do it. So you guys can see the long, there's nothing embarrassing about the long way. And yeah, it's the quote, quote, long way, but is it? Is it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Half of them are negative, 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 negative. Okay, so let's just count the groupings here. A little zoom in action. Let's count the groupings. This is going to be a 2. 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 They're all going to be 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 times 6 equals 12. We're done. That's it. Nothing crazy. That's it. That's the problem. So that's the answer, K. The pattern repeats 6 times. That's exactly it, bro. Yeah, you could do that too. This looks so simple. Yeah, it is. But hey, I did see people get it wrong, so know that. Where are these questions from? These are from the 2016-2017 student handbook, official student handbook. So this is a blast for the past. This is retro gaming right now. Can I borrow your brain? Yeah, come get it, bro. You can definitely have it. Can you show your page? I mean, that's the page. So there really is not that much work. So how much higher do you think the cutoff scores will be? It's impossible to tell. It really is impossible to tell because they're very secretive, which means that they can do anything with your scores. They could say, all right, you know, everybody did really horrible. Nobody's getting above a 500. And the new cutoff scores are this. So don't focus about cutoff scores. Focus about how many questions you get wrong. And focus about the competition, because you're in competition with everybody else who takes the test. And that is really more important than what your grade is. What is your IQ? I don't know. I got it tested once. It was like 178. Tyler, you're mad funny. Not gonna lie. If you made content other than SHSAT, I feel like you could get big. Thanks, Shiny. I will always remember you, Shiny. That's for sure. You're a based individual. What % sure are you that the cutoff scores are going to be higher? Like 50%? Because they could be the exact same, but the test is mad hard. Like, keep in mind, the cutoff scores are just so you know where you sit. Imagine transferring someone's memories into another person. That'd be a nightmare. Dude, it's going to be an odd future. It really is. Who knows? I did the 2020 PT and got a 57 in math, 51 and 57 in math. Does it get you into STI? Yeah. Can you pass this PDF so I can work on it? Yeah, bro. So let me drop the link into, this was actually kind of a weird link. I had to like go to a page to get it. Not saying that it's like sus or you need to like worry about it, but this is the link. This is what I'm using. I have it downloaded on my other computer. I just don't have it on this one. So that's the link. If you guys want to look at this practice test, it's a good practice test. It's, you know, honestly, I think it's pretty good. So awesome. Let's keep this page. Let's move on. Do any of these pique your attention? Do any of these stand out to you guys? Which one do you guys want to work on? Is 55-57 for math and 43-57 for ELA enough for like STI or Bronx Science? It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. I would get that ELA up, bruh. All right, 75. I'm seeing a lot of 75s and 72s in the chat. So let's go out of order and let's do 75 first. All right, bros. 75. Let's get it. Torquia, how much correct in each subject to get into Brooklyn Tech? Watch my hack the SHSAT video. There's a lot of different ways to get a certain score, but remember these are specialized high schools, so you want to specialize in one subject or the other on the test. A lot of people are saying D on this one, but we are getting a confused here or there. So let's go into this very quickly just so that we can see. I thought this problem's kind of poorly written if you're going to ask me to be honest about it, which nobody did, but I'm going to. Because the 6% tax is 15%, but that's right underneath the sales price. But the way that the question is written, that 15-cent tax is on the regular price. So this $2.49 times a 0.15, I guess I'll do that, times a 0.15, or, this $2.49 times a 0.06 sales tax is the 15%. Okay, or I'm sorry, is the 15 cents. So that's the 6% tax on the original price. They're asking what happens if we put the 6% tax on the sale price. So they're basically asking us in this question to do multiplication and then subtraction. That's it. 6 times 9, 54. 6 times 8 is 48 plus 5. That's going to be 53. 6, that's 11 right there, and then a bunch of zeros, but we got two places, 11, and they say round to the nearest cent. So one of the taxes is 15, one of the taxes is 11. If we do the subtraction, we're going to get 0.04. And that's the answer, D, that's where it sits. Kind of an interesting problem just because of how poorly it's worded, but what do you got? I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, right? So Tyler's mic is sad. Is my mic broken again? I put in, I went to, there's like a bodega where I live, like down the street. And so I went there and I was like, do you guys have AA batteries? And he like kind of looked at me weird and he had to like look around and he found a package of this brand of batteries I've never heard of before. And there was like dust on it and I bought it, but I was, it's a little suspect. So if my mic dies, they're probably old batteries put in some rando package. Oh, dude, the fried chicken's lit. That's really good news. The words attacked me. Yeah, you did it differently, but got it right. Yeah, dude, that's what it's all about, dude. Because if you like I tell students this, if you could slam your head on the desk and know the right answer for every question, I would tell you to slam your head on the desk 114 times and get a perfect score. If you can finesse it, if you can do it in a weird way, if you can, kind of chop it up a little bit and get a right answer out of it, I don't care. And the test doesn't care. They don't look at your work. This isn't like a weird college exam. So don't even trip about that. What was the other one that you guys wanted to do? Was it 72? Yeah, everybody was saying 72. So let's do that one on this page and then we'll move on to the next page. We're going to try to crush through this test. That would be ideal. All right, let's go, 72. Yeah, I agree with Zach. You don't know until you try. So I am seeing J come in as a answer for this one. Let's see if there's other answers that kind of pop in here. I feel like if you can make a correct equation out of this, then you probably can get the answer right. Is a 561 enough to get in Staten Island? Yeah. How much longer is the stream? I don't know. So I'm seeing a couple F's sprinkling in there. I'm seeing a couple J's sprinkling in there. I see a K. Interesting. Guys, if anybody is still working on this problem and they are getting something weird, if you've made an equation and you've solved the equation you've made and you get something whack and you look at the answer choices and you're close to an answer but not really, this is where you finesse. Like I said, it doesn't matter as long as you end up with the right answer. So one of those answer choices is correct. One of those answer choices is how many 7th graders need to be added. Okay? So why not just try answers? Why not just plug it in? Like I'll show you how to do it. I'll show you how to do it with, I think G is the wrong answer. Nobody said G, so I'm going to assume that one's wrong. So if there are 45 8th graders and there are 20 7th graders, that means that there's going to be a total of 65. And so we want them to be 40% for 7th graders. So if they're, let's say G, then it'd be the 27th graders plus 7 more, right? And then it would be 65 plus 7 because we add to the total as well. Is 27 out of 72 40%? You know, ask yourself that. Probably pretty close. We could check. Or it would actually be 27 divided by 72. We're going to get our dot there, right? 270. So let's see if it's 40%, because that's what we want, right? 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 7 is 28. Nope, this is not 40%. So we've eliminated G. You can go through the answer choices and figure it out like that if you wanted to. I will show you how to do the algebra way to do this. And we will be using a very similar equation to the one I just used, right? So we know that there's 65 students total in the thing, and we know that there's 20 7th graders. We don't know how many we're adding, and we want it to equal 40%. That's it. Can you cross multiply? That's the question. And I could even make this a simpler equation. I could just straight up go and make this real simple and just say it's 2 over 5. So we just cross multiply. It's called, we do a little cross multiplying. 5 times 20 is 100. Then you have 5x. And this equals 65 times 2, which is 130 plus 2x. You guys know how to solve this. I'm not going to solve it. That's what's up. Is this good for 9th grade? Yeah, it is. Because if you should be making sure you can get every single one of these right. Hey, Tyler, I don't understand why you added x to the 65. No, it's a good question. Because what a percentage is part over whole. And if I add a part, that's going to affect the whole. You know what I'm saying? So for example, like I think that's just the best way to explain it. Because if you add a 7th grader, the whole attendance of the club also goes up by 1. So that's, I think, the best way I could explain that. I might need to dip soon. Do your thing, bro. How much does it cost to rent your brain for 3 hours? That's expensive. That's actually very expensive, but I do this for free. Tyler, how do you say to leave a place in amateur Spanish? I know, vamos, vámonos. That's what I would say. That's like kitchen Spanish. Yeah. The test is on the 27th for 8th graders. I have no idea. Got you. Good. Muchas gracias. De nada, Chang. Where did you get the 65 from? Because there are 45 8th graders and 20 7th graders. 20 plus 45. That's 65, my man. All right. I don't get the number 64. Like, aren't there 5 pairs and 1 left? Oh, you don't. That's so far in the past. I can't go back that far. I would just say replay my explanation, but on 0.5 speed. Tyler, I used your formula. P equals part of our whole. 65 times 0.4 equals 26, and 26 minus 20 is 6. But that is a mistake because that's assuming, I mean, not a mistake. It is a mistake, but it's a good try, I will say. Because 65 times 0.4 assumes that there will never be more than 65 people in the club. But as soon as we add a 7th grader, that turns to 66. And 66 times 0.4 is closer to 27. You know what I'm saying? So that whole changes, right? So is it F or J? I don't know. I didn't solve it. Do I have to solve this? I guess I shouldn't be complaining. That's the whole point of this stream, is me solving problems. Okay. Do your job. So I'm going to subtract 2x actually from each side. 2x minus 2x. So we get 100 plus 3x equals 130. I'm going to subtract 100 from each side. 100. So 3x equals 30. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. X equals 10. So that would be the answer, which is J for 72. And is that what the question is asking? How many more 7th graders? Yep, so it's J. Cool. But notice that what I did there, with a question like this, when you get a satisfying X equals, a lot of times you'll go to bubble it in, but before you move on, what is the question asking? Know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Don't just move on. Make sure you're actually answering the question. It says the number of 8th graders don't change. Yeah, I know, but like, for example, if let's just say we add 1 7th grader, so it's 21 7th graders, what is the total number of people in the club? It's now 66. If we had 5 7th graders, the total is now 70. Know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, thanks for showing up, Christina. How long will the stream be? I have to eat dinner. Go eat, and it'll be a VOD, so you can always come back and check it out. I don't know how long. It's supposed to be a casual Friday, but here we are grinding. What can I say? Oh, really quick, just in case you're new to the channel, I will be streaming this weekend. Definitely probably Sunday or Saturday. I don't know which day it's going to be, or maybe both. But just, if you're not already, I would hit the bell notification just for now, just so that you will get a notification when I do go live. You can always undo it after the test or whatever. Do you stream on the weekends? Yeah. Sunny, started watching since yesterday. Welcome. I'll probably be streaming work. I'll probably be doing Minecraft. I'll probably be doing a little bit of both. Shameless plug time, yeah. Because those are your playing days. Well, hey, dude, have fun. Is there a Discord server? Yeah, you can find it in the subreddit. Will you use the specialized high school admissions test? I guess. What time on the weekend? Probably around 1, like early afternoon, late morning. I started 1 week ago, and it actually has helped a lot. Thank you. Well, you're welcome, man. Thank you for showing up to the stream. I always appreciate that. What is a subreddit? I would just search it. I actually don't know. There you go. Thanks, Shiny. So yeah, the Discord is in there. Go ahead, check it out. But You know how it is. I was able to decrease my math by 3 to 5 questions. Nice, nice. Never gonna unsub. Appreciate that. Really do. Tyler, make me super big brain. Dream another prep didn't help. Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Sounds like you just need to keep grinding, bro. That's just the way it is. There's no easy way. Like if I said, "Oh, I want to get totally jacked, like I want to be yoked and like super buff," there's no shortcut. Like rich, poor, there's no shortcut. You just gotta grind. That's it, bros. I paused the live by accident and literally thought you weren't talking for 5 minutes. Yeah, I was just silently thinking. Teacher, how do you get this answer correct? Me. Call it a trick I saw on Reddit. Yeah. I will never forget you, Shiny. Don't worry, bro. My friend recommended you to me a week before last year's test, and I'm here this year early, and I'm so grateful. That's great, Sonny. Great to see you. I want to get High School of American Studies. Good luck. I'm back. I had to speed through dinner. Dude, that is extremely fast, but good for you, bro. Plastic surgery for the rich, though. Yeah, that's true. What should I get for HSMSE? You probably need to score pretty highly, bro. I will say. But even with steroids, Joey, you still need to go to the gym and you still need to work out 6 days a week. Like, steroids make it easier, but you still got to do it. You can't just take steroids and sit around. By the way, don't take steroids. Like, you can do it natty. You don't need steroids. They kind of mess you up. And it's like, is it really worth it? So you look super jacked, but they like ruin your hormones. Is that worth it? I don't know. Some people think it is. I can't make the decision for you. I would not recommend that. No, Shiny. I always rush for dinner since I eat around 6. Okay, guys, let's keep going. Let's keep grinding. I want to do at least a couple more. Aha. Number 88, some tasty, tasty geometry. Let's cut into this. Number 88, let's go. Oh my gosh, dude. OBS, please behave. Okay. 88, let's go. Okay, so it seems like most of the chat is in agreement that the answer is G, but let's go over it. And let's see. Can you even let me see. Can you even tell that I exited out of the test? Wait, hold up. Can you even tell? Can you even tell a difference? Because I honestly don't see a difference. So here is our diagram. Keep in mind, a circle, 360 degrees. A half circle is 180 degrees. So when we see two angles on a straight line, half circle, that's going to be 180 degrees. So they add up to 180 degrees. So what is left for y to be? That's a 5, that's now a 7, that's going to be a 3, 135. So we know that y is 135 just because of that one concept. We also know that opposite angles, our two straight lines, are going to be the same. So this is 45, and just to prove, this is also going to be 135 because it's opposite of y. We don't need to know that, but we do know that this is 40. We have a triangles. Triangles add up to 180 degrees. So these two angles are 40 and 45, which add up to 85. We take that 180 and subtract the 85 to see what's left. 95. That means this angle right in here is 95. Those were the hard steps. We again have another 180 here. Most people can do that in your head, but if you can't, and I actually recommend just doing it out just to make sure that you secure the bag there. That's 5, that's 7, and that's going to be an 85. So x equals 85. What is 135 minus 85? We're home. That's it. Yup. What are the answer choices? Here they go. That's it. What are the, let's see, GGG. We are home. We're home. The speed rhythm dinner makes you dumb. Yeah, that's because all the blood is in your stomach, dude. Why subtract 125? Where did I subtract 125? I actually don't see subtracting 125. Do you mean 135? Or 45? I don't know what you mean by that. What is it? We're home. It just means we're done. When will the stream end? Pretty soon, actually. It's Pizza Friday for me. It is Pizza Friday, so I'm going to order a pizza. I'm extremely excited. I found a place that is really good, so we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. Fake Tyler Tutor in the chat. Yeah, there are many imitations. There are many imitations. I will say that, but imitation is the highest form of flattery. So what can I say? How you get 85? I'll show you. I'll show you, big dog. So the interior angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. We knew that one of the angles was 40 and one of the angles were 45. 40 plus 45 is 85. And so since that's two angles of the triangle, to find out what the third is, we have to subtract it from the sum of all the angles, and that's how we get 95. That's what's up. What toppings on my pizza? I'm a pepperoni guy. What type of pizza? It's like a thin crust, which is the way to be. And people give me a lot of slack, especially New Yorkers. Especially New Yorkers. You know, I was living in Cali. I like ranch dressing with my pizza. I like to dip my pizza into the ranch dressing and then to put that slice into my mouth. That's what I like to do. A lot of people don't understand. And I get it. The New York City food is the best food in the country. Nobody else has better food than New York City. New York City does not have good ranch dressing. Out of all the great food that New York City has, best in the country, they do not have good ranch dressing. So I'm a big ranch dressing with pizza fan. I'm a ranch dressing respecter. So, you know, clown on me if you wish, but that is what the good news is. What time do you usually start the stream? About 6 p.m., bro. What's up, Alina? I'm a dip. See ya, bro. Barbecue with pizza is nice. Yeah, that is nice. That's also like a little barbecue chicken pizza. That's very California. Why is X 95 instead of 90? Well, because we did the subtraction there. And so we knew that this angle is 95. And just like since this is on a straight line, you can draw a half circle over it, which means that these two angles need to share 180 degrees. And so I subtracted the 95 from 180 to see what we're left with, which is 85, which is what the value of X is. Used to shiny, I moved, bro. Is inhaling gold through mouth fine? Yeah, actually, there are people who there's like gold film that you can put on food. So you're a thick crust guy. Yeah, it's very Midwest. But yeah, that's like a different experience, I will say. Wouldn't we also know that they're the same since they're vertical angles? Brian, I don't know which one you're referring to. Okay, you do stream tomorrow. Please say yes. You do stream tomorrow. I do stream tomorrow. Yes, probably. I do have this new test I have to study for. Not that I'm taking it, but I'm tutoring this person in it. It's like a really weird test, and I've never tutored it before. Don't I guess I shouldn't say that, but I haven't. But so I need to study so I can be good enough to tutor in it. Pulling an all-nighter tonight to study. Okay, that's good, but also, I gotta say this: manage your stress. If studying all night makes you feel better, then bro, do it. But don't feel like you have to do it or else you're gonna be dumb. Tyler, on the day of the SHSAT speech, yes. Is stream ending? Yes. Well, thank you so much for the help. Thank you for coming, guys. Which score I need to aim for when taking a Kaplan test? You need to get a perfect. How's the speech coming? I don't have a speech ready, but I'm slowly building energy. And when the day arrives, the speech will be ready. How to deal with anxiety is you have to picture yourself doing it. You have to believe that there is a pathway for you to do it and to succeed. And then don't worry about anything else. Like, don't let the test be a boogeyman under your bed that's like this scary thing. Don't build it up. It's just a test on a piece of paper. Like, that's it. And it's not the end of the world if you don't get in. Like, I actually know a lot of people who, not a lot of people, but I'm thinking of one person specifically who's like a boomer. He's like old, but he went to STI and then he went to Harvard and then went to Harvard Law, and his life is a mess. It's like he's really poor. He's like sleeping on the floor. He doesn't really have a job. So just because you go to these nice schools doesn't mean that you're destined for success. Likewise, just because you don't go to them doesn't mean you're destined to failure. So don't think of it like that. Like, there's not magic dust that they sprinkle on you when you go to a specialized high school that makes you a king. Like, you either are a king and you get to go to the school, or you don't. Like, that's it. What if he sees this? He won't, dude. He's gone. I mean, he's here, but like, he would never be watching a stream like this. Will I get a good score if I start studying today? Yes. High school really doesn't matter as much as some people feel it does. I agree. What matters is who you are and what you are capable of. Like, I was helping this kid study for the SAT, and he's building apps on his free time. I will tell you, him building those apps will be more beneficial for his career than whatever college he ended up getting into. By the way, he did get a perfect score on his SAT. That was one of my perfect score students. So just saying, but what you do in your free time probably will affect what your career will be more than what school you go to, and that's facts. Okay, am I caught up on chat? Tyler, for the new SHSAT 2020 handbook, is the practice test here similar? Yes. Damn, flex your tutor ability. Hey, I've had students who have had perfect scores. What can I say? You guys are getting tutoring, very, very good tutoring here. I will say that. There's a lot of clowns out there. Just because you're book smart doesn't mean you're street smart. Yeah. And like, there's obviously some pseudo intellectual books like Malcolm Gladwell's, Tipping Point or whatever, where he goes and follows super, super high IQ people like me. And half of them are quote failures that like live in trailer parks, and they're super genius people, but they just don't know how to put it to use. So, and there's also a lot of dumb people who run the world, right? So, the quote is, the world is ran by C students, because there are more things that lead to success than grades and what school you went to, frankly. Tyler, if I get into STI, I legit will shave my head for happiness. All right, man. If that makes you happy, then do it, bro. Is 113 out of 114 good enough for Latin? No. Can't wait to be over with. Yeah, dude. Oh, another thing you should do that I'm actually kind of serious about this, that you should do as far as taking tests, is you need to have something after the test that is just for you. Whether that's on the way home, you go and get like a drink from the deli, or whether that's you go out to dinner, or whether that's when you get home, you allow yourself to game for a couple hours, whatever it is, plan something after the test that is just for you, right? That's like the biggest thing. So you have something you're looking forward to after the test that has nothing to do with studying, has nothing to do with the test. That's what I would recommend to do, just so you have something to look forward to afterwards that isn't based on the material. So I'm actually pretty serious about that. You should do that. Okay, I think I think it is time, guys. It is time for me to jet out of here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Of course, I know you guys already have liked and subscribed. I appreciate all of that. We will be back probably tomorrow, so be on the lookout for these streams. Bring your questions. We are going to continue to grind tomorrow. So if you have like, oh, what concepts are going to be on the test, or if you're like, oh, I want to practice this, bring it to the stream this weekend or the streams. I haven't decided. But in the meanwhile, if you are just like needing to study, highly recommend my website. It's a little, maybe it's a little outdated now, but the material is not outdated. Go ahead, check it out. There's a math section, there's an ELA section, there's a couple of math games that I think run poorly now. But yeah, that is what is going down on in between the streams, is going to TylerTutor.com. There is a subreddit with a Discord link, so if you want to find like-minded people. I have not been to the Discord recently, but I will say when I do go, the people are amazing. They're sharing material, they're helping each other with questions. So, find like-minded people. Can you teach street smarts after the SHSAT is done? Yeah, that's actually something I am qualified to do. Are you going to do this next year? Probably. Is it free? Yeah, everything is free, dude. Everything is free. I'm not a grifter. Like, that is one thing that you will discover about this channel, is I don't want your money. I mean, I would love your money, but it's not a prerequisite. Like, you can enjoy everything for free. That's the big thing, okay? There's no barrier to entry, right? All right, guys, I am out of here. So remember to be on the lookout for these streams. We're going to be streaming this weekend because it's the last weekend before the test. Remember to treat yourself well, get some sleep, eat well, live happily. The test isn't everything. Put it in perspective. That is so huge. Don't let it grow too big. So, I am Tyler Tutor. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Because if you're scared, well, you can be a little scared, but just don't admit it. You gotta be brave, bro. Okay, I think that is everybody. Yo, the beat is fire. It's What Is Love by Twice. Thanks, Rap Boy. What a time to be alive. Couldn't say it any better myself. Bye.